have this 2009 BMW 335i. It's got a couple special things done to it. I'm gonna be making a video on this thing because a lot of the people that are trying to buy it are coming from far away and they want a video of everything about this car, and I'm gonna explain everything and what's done to it. I'll do some polls and you can hear the exhaust and see the whole car. So this will kind of be like a for sale video, and I'm just gonna be able to use this to send it to some buyers that want to come drive out and drive this car. So this thing has 102,000 miles. It's got a bunch of stuff done to it. It's got relocated air intakes, a downpipe, it's catless, I think that's VRSF. There's a tile blow-off valve. It's got a Walbro 450 fuel pump that can handle E85, so it's tuned right now for 91. It's never gone on E85 or anything like that, but it could definitely take it. A different 335i that I've had, I used to run E85 through it sometimes, and I had this kind of same exact setup, and it would run great. There was no problems. Some other things that have been done. It's on some low rim springs. I don't know what style the wheels are, but there's some BMW wheels on it. Some other things that have been done. A lot of the gaskets. Valve cover is aluminum. The PCV valve has been done. A lot of the sensors, like the fuel pressure sensor, and then the biggest thing that's been done to this car is it's had a DCT swap, which is a dual clutch transmission. So it turns it from a 6-speed to a 7-speed, and it shifts extremely fast. The way those work is there's two different clutches. So say you're in first gear, second gear clutch is already ready to go. The second that you hit the paddle or the computer tells it to shift, then it instantly lets go of one and snaps into second within like less than a second. I've heard that the Volkswagen DCTs are like faster than you can blink, is how fast they're shifting. Another thing to note with this car, you have to wear your seatbelt, because if you don't, it'll kick it back into park after you start going about a couple miles an hour, which I think is ridiculous, but that's what the tuner did when he put in the DCT, so just how it is. You're gonna have to deal with it. Safety first. Another rare fact about this car is the cup holders work, and also it is the sport pack. So you get the paddle shifters, the really nice seats with the airbags in them. They feel like bucket seats. They're super, which is the iDrive here. Which iDrive is great. You gotta check, you know, vehicle status and everything. Here's the oil, and you can even check for faults. It's gonna pull up really basic codes. You need to reset the date and time and the washer fluid level and stuff. No big deals. You can scan this car with MHD or my Matco scanner that I'll have with me when you come look at the car. So here's like some really light driving, and you can kind of listen. I hope the audio is okay of some just light driving and how fast it shifts. Super sick. It literally just shifts instantly. The downshifts are super snappy and quick. If you have ever had an auto of one of these cars, you know that they suck, and it takes forever to shift unless you're at like stage 3 on the XHP tune. But these ones are way better than that, even fully built up or tuned up or whatever on those automatic transmissions, the 6-speed from you know, just the normal 335i's. But these transmissions mostly come in like M3s and the 335IS. Which the IS is like a, you know, special model. It's like tuned up better. It looks different on the outside, and you get, you know, a different dash, and you get the transmission and everything. So that's what this transmission came out of, and I believe it had about 80,000 miles on it when it was swapped. the donor car had 80,000 miles, and the swap was done on this car at about 90 or 100. So the mileage on the dash is pretty accurate for how many miles the transmission has on. Currently the car has no codes, no lights on the dash. Extremely rare for these, but it's been well taken care of, so it's to be expected. So you can see 102,854 miles. Let's see here. The average miles per gallon is about 18. That does get a lot higher on the highway. I have seen it as up to as high as about 25 miles per gallon with the cruise control active. So if I'm just cruising at 65, 70, then it gets about 25 to 27 miles per gallon, and that's pretty dang good for a 400 horsepower car. I think it's partially because the gearing in the DCT helps it a bit, and then these things, you know, they're just fairly light and it makes good power, so it doesn't take that much fuel to get it going. I'm gonna do some pull videos pretty soon here. We're waiting for it to warm up per usual. We do not drive cars or beat on cars when they're cold. That's what I feel like. A lot of the people who have, you know, cars like this that are, you know, blown up and stuff, they're always beating on them when they're cold. I just guarantee it. I've seen so many customers and people that will start up a car and rev it up to 6 grand, you know, within the first 1 minute of starting it, and then be surprised after it blows up. I'm like, man, you just gotta be nice to it until it gets to, like, you know, at least 200 degrees on the oil. Otherwise, it's just not the right viscosity, and also you can create like heat spots in you know, inside your motor, and that's what causes like head gasket failures and things like that when it's unevenly getting hot. Where there's a cold section, you're beating on it and it gets hot because of that, there's going to be areas in the motor that's still cold, which causes it to probably blow up. So I'm going to drive it for a little bit and then come back once we're pretty warmed up and I can show you guys some pulls and stuff.